boy Kaiser in the north of the map playing as the French. We've got French Mirror. Oh, it gets even better. People say it's the true identification of who's stronger in a mirror match. I'm not one of those. I always think you can be stronger with a certain civ, but you can be bad in the mirror matchup. Honestly, it's a thing. You can be bad in a mirror match, but better than your opponent, even if you lose to them in that particular civ. But hey, that's just me. Maybe I'm just bad. I don't know. Well, I do know I'm bad. Anyways, enough about me. Big Kaiser going up against Julian. We said earlier, Julian has been destroying everybody. I say destroy, maybe I'm being a little bit melodramatic, but he's been beating all of the top boys. He's, ranked 3, 4 on the ELO ladder right now, but we just saw him beat Revnak in a best of 5, best of 7 series. We saw him play Ungers yesterday, and he beat him 4-2 in a series. The series got really tight at the end. But again, Julian kind of dominating, quite cleanly, especially in the first few games. So, yeah, Julian kind of arguably the best player in the game right now. Both in Supremacy, and he is the Treaty God, Floco. So, undeniably, pretty much the best player in the game right now. Going up against, I like to call him the previous rank 1 in the game. Kaiserklein, who... I do have a soft spot for Kaiserklein. I'm not going to lie, right? I have a soft spot for Kaiserklein. The reason is just I'm in awe of his micro. I honestly believe he's had the... And I've played all the best players in the game. I've been in the game for over a decade now. Decade and a half. Yeah, I think it's fair to say I have a hard spot for him, if you know what I'm saying. But I've played all the top boys, and I'm not a top player, but I'm a pretty high level player. So I have the privilege of playing all the top guys. And out of all of the previous ones as well that I've ever played, Kaiserklein, in my opinion, has just the most clean micro. He just does. He has clean micro. Particularly his cavalry micro. It's just something to behold. So I always really enjoy watching Kaiserklein play. I'm particularly enjoying playing against Julian right now. So let's have a quick overview of what's going on. Both these guys have gone for TP. I did see a nice wood treasure here. Kaiserklein, 75 food. He did steal that 70 wood, so that could be game-changing in the early game. He got another 70 wood as well. So Kaiserklein, insane amount of wood gathering right now. Let's have a look at Julian's deck. Very standard deck. Does have Jaegers. Has 7 skirmishers, doesn't have 4 goons, but got all the upgrades, got economic theory. Let's have a look over at Kaiserklein. Again, yeah, I think there's barely any variation in there. Does have refrigeration. I think that's one of the only differences. 8 expos. Yeah, refrigeration is the only difference, I think. Cool. Interesting. Literally only 1, maybe 2 cards difference. So, definitely a meta for France, as you can say. Some nice herding going on by Kaiser top there. I think we need to take off the colours. Although we've got teal and blue. Teal and blue is... are we happy with teal and blue? I think that's fine. These are the colours that they have picked. Do you know what? I don't know. It's too confusing. Colours confusing. Not gonna lie. I know it is confusing. Is it? If I take the colour block off, hopefully you'll get used to it. So we've got Julian going down for an aggressive barracks here. 4 Vils is going to be his first card. Kaiserklein is going to scout this. He knows exactly what's going on right now. I think I thought Kaiserklein was the one at the top of the map, but sorry, must have got confused here. Julian is the one in the north of the map, and Kaiserklein is the one in the south. Got a bit of a different variation going on here. Looks like we've got a musketeer start from Julian, whilst we've got a stable start from Kaiserklein. So, how's he going to utilize his cav to the best efficiency possible. I imagine it's going to be to try and do some raiding. Musketeers is definitely a safer option. He is going more aggressive, though. Is he going to be able to do much with these 5 musketeers, though? I mean, rushing France is always a risky business. Purely because, obviously, their villagers have more HP. Kaiserklein doesn't have greatcoats yet, though. I think that's he's going to want to change that, and he's going to want to try and fit that in as soon as possible. Maybe we see a Minutemen pop right now. We do have his hero. Could have done some snaring there with a Minutemen pop. Would have been nice, but we're going to see some micro here. Look at this. Are we going to see some good cav micro? The cav that's getting meleeed is splitting up. Every single time he splits it up. But I think 5 more musketeers coming in. This is it going to be a good trade? He does whittle them down, and he takes on 5 musketeers. He would have had 4 hussars still left, but that reinforcing batch of 5 musketeers was going to seal the deal for that second hussar going down. Again, using really cautious micro with his hero here. Julian did see that hero was coming in, and he knew that would be enough to deter those 5 musketeers by using the snare. He's going to back up now. 8 expos coming in. He is going to get another batch of 5. If he gets that house down quick enough, is the house going to go down for the 5 batch? Let's go. We got another 5 batch just in the nick of time. 10 musketeers currently out. I mean, Julian's not going to be totally unhappy with that, losing those 5 musketeers. He did take down 2 musketeers, and a couple of these hussars are now weak. But Kaiserklein has played this matchup so many times. And someone just said risky trade-off. It is very risky, but when you're as confident in your micro ability as Kaiserklein, you know, I think you can pull it off. Yukati, big Yukati coming in chat. How are you doing, Yukati? Saying he wants to get church to put down, to get a couple of priests out to try and heal those hussars. Yep, potentially that might be a good idea. Would it be worth 150 wood down payment and then the 100 gold or so for the priest? Maybe. Very nice little picking off a French CDB there. He's going to be happy with that. But look at this mass of hussars. Where's this come from? Where has that come from? And maybe Kaiserklein pulling the trigger too quickly, using his hero as he does so well, just to buy himself so much time there, using the snare on those hussars. And that's going to allow, look at doing some pull chicken now as well. And that's going to allow him to get all the way back to his base and the reinforcements to come in. It's Hussar. Hussar Expo loses to Hussar Musk, though. So he's got to be super careful here. The Musketeers are going to want to go in. Yeah, they're going to melee down these Hussars. Kaiserklein knows that. Minutemen coming in. Hussars coming in now. We could see a villager pool, but those Hussars are going to get such a beautiful spread on those crossbows. Minutemen coming in now. But the Hussars are just everywhere. Kaiserklein sees it. He's trying to rectify the position of his Hussars. It's just looking good for Julian, though. Musketeers do go into melee mode. They're going to do some damage. The Minutemen are going to do more damage. 3 Hussars popping in from the shipment. Running away that weak Hussar over there. And somehow turns into a really good trade. Do I say really good trade? It looks like a beneficial trade for Kaiserklein. But we look at the score and he's down. He loses all of those crossbows. So was it really that good of a trade? Didn't get the position. He didn't get into these choke points. He didn't get a villager pool in there. I feel like Kaiserklein probably could have done a little bit better with the villager pools. Maybe going in a little bit too soon. I don't know how Julian got that absolutely beautiful Hussar mass out of nowhere. Putting down a stable. Let's have a look at his shipments. Looks like it was 4 vills, 700 wood, 700 gold, and then both of these military shipments. I think he built 5. We saw 5 Hussars time with the 3 Hussar card there. Was absolutely phenomenal. These games are live. They're currently being played as we speak. This is as close to live as you can possibly get as well, because there's no delay. Unlike a ladder game, a ranked match, where you have to wait 10 minutes, this is a lobby game, and they put 0 delay. So it looks like both of these guys are going to be going basically Hussar Musketeer, because that's the play. Although Julian does have his 8 crossbow shipment, that could be massive in this Musketeer versus Musketeer play here. Kaiserklein kind of spread out with the CDBs on this herd here, and he really doesn't have a big enough mass to challenge this from Julian. And Kaiserklein down 2k score. How's he going to deal with this? The hero on 4 HP as well. That's huge. That's another Hussar and a half worth of HP of tanking. Reinforcing Hussars coming in, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's forced at this stage to do a villager pull here. Julian K got a decent bank of resources. He's deciding not to spend it though for some reason. Maybe he was housed at the time. Nice, just back and forward with the Hussars, just keeping out of the way of that melee from the Musketeers. And it looks like Julian's kind of just going to go for the age up here, and he's going to be happy to pretty much lose this or trade evenly and go for the age up. He does trade pretty evenly, but he's being forced to use these villagers here. 3 more Hussars come in. 4 more reinforcements from Kaiserklein. Is that going to be enough? Potentially, yes. And I think Julian is... Julian's going to run away there, but wow, maybe... Julian was going for the age up. But, yeah, we can see here he was going for the age up, but... would that have given Kaiserklein enough time to get some counterattack pushing going on to the infrastructure of the base here? Probably not. But yeah. Wow. Wow. Absolutely. There you have it. There you have it. That's a French mirror, and that's just one game. You know, these things can happen. Kaiserklein, Julian is very active at the moment. You know, Julian is very active. I don't want to take anything away from Julian. Kaiserklein's a little bit rusty. But maybe if there's a couple more games that are played here, I think Kaiserklein's not going to take that down. He's not going to take that without going for a rematch. So hopefully we get to see a rematch there. Very good micro from both those guys. Did you see that? The cavalry micro just back and forth, trying to like dodge the musketeers, but also hit the infantry. Oh, it was just absolutely beautiful.